An ordinary evening in Brookhaven had turned into a nightmare. Russian players were methodically capturing territory after territory. Their bases were sprouting like mushrooms, and the dancing matryoshkas in front of the White House had become a symbol of the American players' helplessness. The chat was in chaos. Help! They're taking over. We surrender. And in that moment, he appeared. Not with empty promises, like politicians, or with calls for negotiation. Trump watched the events unfold on his computer screen, and his famous phrase, "If you don't think big, you're never going to be successful," took on a new meaning. While everyone else was panicking, he already saw the solution. A solution no one else dared to propose. He remembered a time he'd seen something like this before. It was the 80 seconds. New York. Crime. Gangs. Everyone said, nothing can be done. But he built Trump Tower. He proved that even in chaos, you can create order. Now he was looking at Brookhaven. It was the same story. The Russian players had taken over everything. Their bases were growing like weeds. The chat was exploding with panic. "We've lost," some wrote. "We surrender," echoed others. He had seen this before. In business, in politics. Panic is an infection. It paralyzes. It breaks the will. But there was one lesson he had learned for good. From his bankruptcies, from his falls and comebacks. Never give up. Never, never. His fingers closed over the keyboard. The same gesture as signing billion-dollar contracts. The same confidence. The same fury. He hated to lose, more than anything in the world. The chat continued to spiral. Someone suggested paying the invaders ROBUX. Others said to just leave the server. He turned the chat off. Silence. Like in his office, on the 26th floor, the place where solutions are born. He looked at the map. Russian flags were everywhere, like a red plague. And then he smiled. That same smile the journalist called dangerous. The smile of a man who can already see the end game. He knew what had to be done. The thing no one expected. He remembered 1,990. Mountains of debt. Bankers called every hour. The press was writing his obituary. Everyone was waiting for him to break. He didn't break. He took a notepad, drew the first sketch of Trump Tower. Simple, clear, no unnecessary details. This was the same. Only instead of a skyscraper, it was a weapon. Instead of bankers, an army of trolls in the chat. He opened Roblox Studio. An empty space. Infinite possibilities. His fingers flew across the keys. Just like in the 80 seconds. When he personally chose the marble for the lobby. Every block mattered. Every detail had weight. He started with the shape, not a pretty one, an effective one. A big gray cube, like his first office in Manhattan, cramped, functional, victorious. He added green neon blocks, uranium. He remembered how in 2016, everyone yelled, "You can't say that." And he said it. And he won. A red button, just like the one in his office, the real one, with a do not press sign. Journalists always asked, "Is it real?" He would just smile. The final touch, a gold plate, made in the USA, like on all his projects, from ties to hotels. He leaned back in his chair, looked at his creation. This wasn't just a bomb. It was an answer to everyone who had ever doubted him. Always. In the chat, they were writing, "Trump gave up. He got scared." He read it and smiled. The same smile as on Inauguration Day, when the rain was pouring down, and he stood there knowing everything was different now. Tomorrow would be different. He emerged onto the virtual town square. His golden limousine was the same one that carried him through Washington on Inauguration Day. The crowd of players parted. A whisper ran through the chat. "He's back." The Russian trolls kept dancing. One of them typed, "You're too late, old man." Trump read it. He remembered 2015. The TV debates, the same sneers, the same skepticism. Back then, he walked on stage and said, "I alone can fix it." This was the same. He pressed enter. A message appeared. "Are you sure?" The system was warning him, just like his lawyers warned him before the election. It's too risky. He always loved risk. His finger hovered over the button. He remembered Hillary's face on election night. The same disbelief, the same confusion in the face of the inevitable. He clicked. At first, silence, like in a courtroom waiting for the verdict. Then, a white light. It filled everything, like the flashbulbs on the day he descended the escalator at Trump Tower. The server froze, for a second, or for an eternity. When his screen came back, he saw the result. A perfect, black surface, smooth, like the polished granite in his skyscrapers. In the chat, dead silence. Then the first message, "Oh my God." He smiled, the same smile as when he signed the tax bill. The smile of a man who had just changed the game forever.